There are no manuals for success in life, no how-to guides with the answers for setback, no four-color booklets with detailed pictures and instructions. But if there were, the manual could be written by the Culver Academies. Molding leaders is their mantra, and world changers have been walking their storied grounds for more than a century.
Culver was part of one man's dream to make a difference. And when he traveled to this particular spot with a lake and beautiful sort of rolling countryside, he decided that this was a place to do something important.
Henry Harrison Culver, he was a manufacturer of cook stoves in St. Louis, but he came into this area in 1864.
He came to the shores of Maxinkuckee, met a young lady here, and decided that he would form a school.
It started in 1894. They had 49 students. They had a headmaster, a science teacher, an English teacher, and a math teacher.
He was not a real fan of the military. He thought war was a terrible thing. But when he hired a superintendent who had been a classical scholar, that person convinced him that the military model was great for helping people become responsible citizens.
We've retained the military, no longer for purposes of training people to go off and fight, but now as a system of leadership. When we brought young women to Culver, and by the way, it's probably the best decision made in the history of the school, we wanted to capture that same spirit and the same objective.
If you tell people that Culver is a boarding school in north central Indiana with a military heritage, they have a sense of a very structured, rigid environment, a very homogeneous population, and a mission which probably focuses on reform.
There's a huge misconception about Culver that they're just a bunch of snobs wandering around, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. I mean, I came here because I wanted a different environment.
I remember reading Boy's Life when I was a kid and seeing an advertisement for Culver in the back of that magazine. Well, I knew that Culver was a special place moments after stepping on campus the first time.
I came here on a beautiful early spring day. I drove over the hill on Route 17, saw the lake, saw the campus, and knew that I was not in the place I thought I was going to be in.
Well, my father, he brought me down here to visit, and I took a tour, and after that I fell in love with the campus.
The facilities here are amazing. I mean, the library has thousands and thousands of books that you just can't find at a normal high school, and you can go and research there during the day, and it's like a college facility.
The quaint, college-style campus with breathtaking architecture, stunning facilities, and a gorgeous view might be found at other prep schools. But there is something different here, an underlying focus unique to Culver.
You hear about prep schools and you hear about, well, it's the intellectual thing and what college you're going to get into, and that's an important facet, certainly. But I think Culver realizes there are so many other things. This is the old classical model, goes right back to Plato.
Culver's mission is focused on three key concepts: educating the mind, body, and spirit. It's a lot easier to educate the mind than it is the body and the spirit.
Culver's main mission is to develop young people fully, wholly. We have a fully integrated program.
We all try to live by it on a daily basis. We try to preach it in the classrooms, on the athletic fields, in the barracks. There's nothing more important to us than the total development of the student.
It's not a matter of simply what your PSAT score is or your test score is on the entrance test. It's what you come out with on the other side, what kind of person you are at heart, and what values and character you leave this place with.